But I mean, that's the thing with the arrow. You have to take it apart and kind of put all the bits on to make it look cooler. But no, and that would be about it. Oh, and the C joint for the
What is going on, people? The Undergated podcast presented to you by the Undergated Network. I'm Coop, a lovely voice you're hearing through your radio or on YouTube. I have a couple of fellas with me, the same group of guys I roll with every week. I have Gunpla, Tesseract, and CD. What's going on, fellas?
What's good?
This is going to be a fun episode. This is going to be a stroll down memory lane. Last week we talked about Spider-Man, so if y'all watched the Spider-Man movie, go check out our little review that we dropped last week. We also dropped CD's playlist and another episode of Coop's Corner. So make sure y'all tune into that as well. This week, like I said, we're going to stroll down memory lane. We're going to talk about some classic stuff in Gundam, Gunpla, and other lanes. So make sure y'all stick around and wait to the end. And we're going to go ahead and discuss what's most important, as always. Fellas, how your week's been? CD, how your week been, bro?
Can I start with saying happy Juneteenth to all of us out there? Happy Juneteenth.
Happy
It was a good
Day.
weekend. Yes, that's the next thing I was getting to. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Austen, happy Father's Day to you and all your kids.
Yep,
Thank you.
And dad to those.
They make me so proud. They make me
Right.
so proud.
Yeah, man, it was a cool week. It was fun. Had some breakfast, got some fish fry. It was a good time. Work wise, back to training. I promise one of these weeks I'm gonna be able to work from home, like you, Coop. Until then, I'm training. But other than that, man, it was cool. I had a good time. How about you, Austen?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was eager to get it started and sad that it ended. So I don't know. It was a pretty good weekend. I just sat around and I had nothing to do. My father lives a little bit too far away, so I had to wish him happy Father's Day on the phone. I didn't really go out or do anything. I didn't have even much planned. I just wanted to be a vegetable and just sit around and consume. So sat around, grew some roots, and worked on kits. That's all I did. Just build.
Oh, that's what's up. Me, I had a pretty good Father's Day. Got taken care of pretty well. Pool, great dinner, flowers, and all that. The whole kit and caboodle. So I had a really good Father's Day for the memories. And ran my first 5K at work. Well, just my first 5K in general, just at work. So Project 23, doing things that are stepping outside of that comfort zone. I was like,
Project 23, building stamina, literally.
Exactly.
Not building stamina. Building stamina.
There you go. My time was 34 minutes. It was rough, but I was able to push through and some good motivation while I was running. My girl was running with me, so we was able to cross the line together. So that was fun. Other than that, it's been chill. Been a chill this past weekend. Went out and recorded for Coop's Corner. Make sure y'all check out that on Thursdays at 5:30. Handsome host that does that show as well. Went out and recorded. Went to Trilogy and went to Second and Charles in Hobbytown. So while I was going to Hobbytown in Virginia Beach, as I'm leaving Second and Charles, a fight breaks out right in front of Hobbytown's door. Like, we're walking out, right? I'm going to try to paint this picture for y'all. So we're walking out of Second and Charles. We make a right because Hobbytown's to the right. So we're walking down the plaza. I see these two dudes tussling. I'm like, this can't be nothing. Until one guy slams another guy. And I'm like, oh, they're going at it. And I'm talking about like maybe 3-5 feet away from the front door, sideways to the right. Not like, I mean, they were up against the wall and the window. And I'm like, is Hobbytown gonna call somebody on this? No. But the predominant guy slammed the guy, picked up his book bag, put his hat on, and walked right to the back of Hobbytown. Whatever they did back there, I don't know if it was a Pokemon battle. He was like, "Yo, I'm." Like, I don't know what the Hobby Town of Virginia Beach does on Saturdays, but whatever he was making sure he went back there and finished whatever he was doing. So,
Wow.
Imagine squaring up over a Pokemon. Bro, you know, I'll step outside then.
It might have been. Like, I don't know. Like the dude, you know, like those military, you could tell the guys in the military, he has like a gray shirt, hat, book bag, you know, like the desert color book bag, the big ones. He had that on and then went to the back. And I'm like, sheesh. And then we're leaving Hobbytown because my girl's like uncomfortable being there right now. So we're like, she's like, let's just go. We open the door and I hear this guy outside like, I think my ribs are broken. Like, I mean, he's on the ground. I'm like, yeah, man, it sounds like it. I mean, it definitely sounds like your ribs are broken from how you're in some pain.
For sure.
But it was also buy two get two free at Second and Charles for Mothers, all used books.
Those are just some passionate hobbyists, man.
Yeah,
those are just some passionate hobbyists.
Man, I know I'm not going to enter no kits in the Virginia Beach store.
I can only imagine he probably said something about that guy's weathering technique. And he was like, man, "What you say, fool? What you say?"
It was crazy.
Right.
You know how long it's been since I've seen, like, outside of like past work where it kind of comes with the territory, but like a regular, like, walking out, like, probably since high school, I've seen like a real fight. I started a question: do grown-ups even fight? You hear them talk about it.
Right.
It's been so long.
A lot of us don't have health insurance. We tend to.
They can't take
Obamacare is expensive. Obamacare is expensive, man.
Tell you, man.
It was an eventful weekend, but 3-day weekend. Wish it was a little bit longer. I can't complain. Short work week. Other than that, like I said, I did go to Hobbytown, both Virginia Beach and my local one. Rolls right into building and breaking down the backlog. So I went to Trilogy. I went to a couple of different places. Like I said, you're going to have to find out on Coop's Corner what I picked up, though. If I picked up anything. I'm not going to spoil that. Yeah, y'all going to have to tune in. I'm going to try to see how I could time this up. I'm going to see after, because I don't want to, like, I pick X, Y, and Z up, and people's like, well, there's no point in me watching the hunt. Come on now. I'm not foolish. I've done this YouTube thing for a while. So peep out Coop's Corner. Pause. Just in case. I'm going to throw that out there just in case.
I don't even know.
Just in case.
Just in case. I don't know where you would need to pause.
Coop's Corner. Coop's Corner is like, I don't know.
I was thinking the peep part. Like
Peep? Coop, there you go.
I don't know. Maybe peep could be taken in some certain type of way.
There you go. Now you're catching it.
Peep this years and years, and now we all know what he really meant.
There you go. But check out Coop's Corner. We're dropping tomorrow at 5:30. Be there or be square. That's the same, right? Be there or be square. So
yeah.
Check that out.
We'll put a pause on that just in case too.
Yeah. Thank you. CD, what you pick up, man?
Man. So your boy hasn't been picking up too many Gundams. Actually, I did. Now I lied that I'm looking in the back of this picture. I forgot this did come in. I don't want to grab it though, but this right here is a P Bandai box, as you can see.
Monochrome.
This is.
We gotta have the ESPN ticker always when it's monochrome.
No, just
Peep.
Phantom
Gundam. The Phantom Gundam USG, the high grade Phantom Gundam from what series is that?
Crossbones.
It's Crossbones.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm never buying.
A whole lot of effect parts.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark.
It's gonna get painted, but I don't know when. I don't know when I'm ever gonna get to this kit. But it's P Bandai, so I mean,
yeah.
Really
what made you want to get it though? Was it the effect parts?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just have those moments where you like see something. This is me. Like I'm always like, oh damn, I got a cool story for this. I could flip this some type of way. And then I got it in my hand and I was like, I don't know what I'm planning to flip this. So maybe like a unicorn type, you know, like a white and some pink, or like a banshee or something. But until then, it's in the box. I like it though. It looks cool with all the effects and all the flamings.
It looks like an HG version of those SD kits that are out. Those weird storyline SD kits.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and
it looks
if you
good.
look in the back, it turns into a ship and it looks terrible.
Oh yeah, it does.
I want to say terrible. I'll just say horrible.
Top 3 worst transformations, and
it's a dragon too, right?
I don't know what that is. It looks like a bug, like a mosquito.
Oh, Phantom.
It really doesn't
bug.
need to be transformable. Like it doesn't need to. It looks all right on its own.
Right. Like who? Anyways, enough with that.
Situations where, like, they threw that in there just because they could.
Right. It's because it's Pete Bandit. They felt bad. Like, oh, well, let's make it transform. Get a little bang for the buck.
Yo, before you go, Austen, before you talk about your pickups, my fault. I never seen this. I'm talking to y'all to see, or the listeners out there. For $66 at Hobbytown, they had the HG Sotheby for $66. Metallic finish. I did not know that was in a kit, especially not on no standard release.
I've never seen that.
It looks dope.
I think I've seen it, but I've never seen it built. I think I've seen it, but like it was years and years ago.
It was the normal box that you wouldn't think anything about it until you looked at the box, and it's like a black strip on the side where it has like the name Sotheby and it says metallic coating. I was like, metallic coating. And Kenneth, shout out to Kenneth at Hobbytown, he was like, yeah, I'll show you. He opened it up and I looked at it and I was like, oh damn, that's tough.
Question though, was it undergated? Then there's no point.
There you go.
You're paying a lot of extra money for nothing.
You're watching a lot of other. Oh, okay. My fault. I thought you was going to go somewhere else with that. My fault. Undergated, never underrated.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
But Austen, what did you pick up, bro?
I got 3 more things. Hold on.
3 more things. Oh, geez.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. This is man said.
Hold on.
I ain't pick up nothing. Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot.
Is this the real CD? He has no background,
hold on.
no kits there. And now he says he bought more.
We're switching up things a little bit. Next up, Gundam Hello Kitty blanket. Not for me, but the missus. You know, she's a big Hello Kitty fan, and she supports the Gundam, so I'm gonna throw this back to her. But yeah, I'm back to collecting.
What's her birthday?
It's not just Gundams. Her birthday?
Yeah. You should do the Hello Kitty. Passed already?
No, it's coming up. But her birthday, this birthday is it's a monumental birthday. She's crossing out of her 20s. So
I hear that. You should do. You can't get the Hello Kitty RX and paint it up.
I should. She actually has the Zaku on her desk. But like I was saying, fellas, I'm getting back into some sneakers. You know, the sneakers was my original hobby, my first thing. So I'm diving a little back into those, my first love. So first up, I did grab a new pair, Air Max 95s.
That colorway is so tough. The gray, black, and an Evoke check. Good night.
Yeah. So these came out. I needed them.
The 95s are the best ones. The 95s
and they're comfortable as hell. Austen, you look so confused right now.
I'm not a sneaker guy. I don't know. I like sneakers. It looks cool. You said these are 95s, or they came out in 1995.
If you refer back to the sneaker poster behind me, they're on there somewhere.
They were re-released.
Yeah, they get
yes.
Oh, okay.
So each year that Nike dropped like a 2000, 2001, 2095, like the 90s run of Air Maxes are like legendary in the sneaker community.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's not it. I also picked up another shoe that's on this list over here of the greatest shoes of all time. We have a pair of Dunks.
Ooh.
These are called the Pandas with the red swoosh. For
Pandas
people don't know, I wear size 13 too, so I feel like this shoe looks huge, but this is actually my size.
Size 13.
Yeah.
13. You know what's insane? That's like if you take the end of your wrist down to the beginning of your back of your elbow, that's about this. Yeah, that's crazy. That's about, oh my gosh, your wingspan is huge. But yeah, dude.
6'7", bro. It's longer. It's taller than me. Pause. Longer than me.
So that
taller than me.
So that's from the 90s as well.
Yes, these dropped actually in 85. The Dunks first.
85. Okay.
85. So
do they update the material inside, or is it like the same type of material and stitching? I'm gonna need you guys.
New leather. Yes, new uppers, new leathers. crazy thing about shoes, people collect those shoes from back then, but the material it's used with, if you don't put your foot into it and activate that glue, the soles will crumble on you. So people wear your shoes. Just put your foot in there.
It's a little bit of trivia too. Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. For you to understand, Austen, for you to understand Jordans, right? This is how I understood it. Each Jordan, right? There's numbered Jordans, which is like the main Jordan line, and there's team Jordans, which is like if you want to get your kid some Jordans, but you don't want to get them expensive stuff, you get them the team Jordan. Nothing wrong with people that rock team Jordans. That's how it was taught to me. Now, numbered Jordans, you get like the Jordan 1s, the Jordan 2s, the Jordan 3s. If I'm not mistaken, CD, you can back me up. What I was told was those are for the years that he played. Like the 3s he wore in his third year. It's the 4s he wore in his fourth year.
So he played in up to 16, I believe. 16 was the last pair he played in. And they've continued the line. They're on 36 now, so they just keep going, adding a number year. But he only actually played in like the first 16 pairs of them.
So if you hear something,
he actually took some time off.
You're like, I got the Jordan 7s. Just know that's like the 7th year, the Jordan
7th iteration of his shoe.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Because of his 7th year.
Gotcha. And they're better than the Zion shoes that blew up, right?
Like, a long time ago. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And now Zion is signed to Team Jordan, so he's also wearing Jordan.
Oh wow! I thought he doesn't play.
He probably needs to be signed to a psychiatrist as well.
Zion's having some issues.
He is.
Zion's going through a lot right now.
Yeah,
but that was it for my haul, man. I'm back in the sneakers. Gundams is still my favorite, but it's taking a back seat.
Taking a step back, which is all right. Which is okay. Which kind of rolls into Austen. What you pick up, Austen?
Hey guys, I have no other hobbies. I'm lonely. So I I did pick up one kit. I posted it, I think, on Instagram, so people probably saw it. But there was one kit that came in from Vulcan Hobbies.
Vulcan
Hobbies. So
you got 10% off that though, right?
Yeah, that yes,
my man.
Yeah, 10% off on. I don't have the box with me because it's actually I already built it and broke it down because I'm painting it. But it is the Aerial Gundam. The full
you built it, broke it down, and primed it.
Hold on, CD. What is the name of the kit again, please?
It is the Full Mechanics.
Which one is it?
100 Aerial Gundam.
Which one is it?
The Aerial
Master
Gundam?
Grade, the Master Grade line.
No. There's this other line that I know this is confusing, especially for.
It's okay. It's 100, right?
Yeah, well, it's okay. Let's so there's this line called Master Grade, which is the Master Grade. It's clearly superior to everything else. But there's this other line that comes out every now and then to just be existing, and you got to give some love to people that try. I mean,
Austen, I got it for Coop. That's the Team Jordan.
There we go.
That's the Team Jordan.
Hey,
you understand it now?
Hey, no hate toward people who rock Team Jordan. They just got another place.
That's just the Team Jordan.
That's the Team Jordan. So the Team Jordan.
That motherfucker got me, Jack. Okay. Cool. Okay.
That's the Team Jordans.
What Denzel say? Okay. I'm putting stamps on all y'all motherfuckers.
That's the Team Jordan right there.
Okay. How was the build, Austen? How was the build?
Actually, kind of enjoyable. I was expecting it to be a big high grade, and it is about the same amount of pieces as a high grade, but they do some things here and there. But it really is kind of like a bigger high grade. But it's fun. I enjoyed building the high grade Aerial as well. So truth be told, even if they did do a blatant copy, it still would have been pretty good of a build. And it went on easy. The only I guess drawback I would say is that if you want to make the deactivated version of it where there's no permit score, you can't, because the red lights that are inside there are always painted on metallic red. So you would have to repaint those yourself if you want like permit score 6, or if you want to deactivate it, you'd have to probably just paint it black. If you want permit score 6 or higher, you have to paint it blue. But yeah, no, it's actually pretty good. Went on well. I have no complaints. I was actually pretty surprised. Oh wait, One effect of it being a high grade essentially is that the shield doesn't really have any the shield. The shield has one little joint. You can even see it on the picture, on the forearm, that big circle. Now the good thing is that the forearm has not only a bend but also a swivel. So you have a bend in the elbow and a swivel, so you don't have to worry about it, being stuck to one side of the shield. But it doesn't have a wraparound, so it's kind of hard to maneuver a bit, and it pops out a bit much.
So it's like a fixed pose. Like once you put it in there, it's fixed to that. Unless you move the arm,
you can move it. It's just like all the joints are pretty solid. It's just that shield. You have to, when you move in that position, you're right. It's got to kind of stay there for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can swivel it. It's just you're gonna have to press it in once you're done swiveling to what position you want. But besides that, no complaints. It's actually really good.
Did you take pictures before you broke it down?
I did take pictures before I broke it down. Do you guys want to take a look?
Absolutely.
All right. Cool.
Absolutely. That goes right into our next subject. What's cooking? Works in progress, photos and figures. With me, I'm gonna make mine quick. I'm trying to take some shots of these girl fit kits. I'm about to say fits, kits and figures together. I have not yet broke this girl out of the box yet. So I have something in mind. Like when I'm taking, like when I get figures, I have a picture in my head. So I want to take her out of the box this week and take some shots, and also the SHF trunks, SH Fig Arts. I don't know if I say SH Fig Arts trunks. I haven't taken out. Shout out to my homie Jones. He gave me a light box. I have one before, but it's buried somewhere in storage. So he gave me another light box that I'm gonna try to work through. And shout out to Sir Dork. I watch his YouTube for people that wants to get into the toy photography game. Really good toy photographer, and he's on YouTube. He made a quick and cheap diorama, and I never thought about this, but it's these sheets that you could get from Michaels for backdrops.
Yep.
So if you want to take some toy photography, obviously, if it's for Gundam, you're gonna have to try to figure out something else. I know Michaels do have like backdrops for like the sky, both for day and nighttime.
Yep, galaxy stuff.
Yeah, galaxy. So I brought a brick wall and 2 different tones of wood, and also at Dollar Tree they have like fake tile that's just like this, but it's like raised a little bit. That looks like rocks as well. So because we do not gatekeep over here at the Undergated. We Undergated, never. Undergated. So
we don't know how.
Just don't. It's not in our blood. But regardless of the fact, that's what I've been working on. So, CD, brother, you?
Nada. I did pull out my space type, or not space type, my Zaku High Mobility type, cracked the box open, broke the runners out. So that is going to be coming soon, but we have plans for that later. So we'll talk about that at the end of the show. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys stay tuned. But Austin, let's see these picks, man.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to see them.
Okay, so these picks are still a work in progress. So, but yeah, this was it completely built up, and I was taking some small glamour shots that I could. But yeah, all in all, I'm liking it. It looks really nice. It has great mobility,
better proportions. It looks like,
and even better proportions. Like I remember I was looking at that old like first released artwork of the Ariel. I was thinking like it looks weird, but in model kit form, in almost every model kit we've had it in, it looks way better. So I'm not sure.
The top down shots you took, those look crazy. I like looking at for.
What about this kit? Right, I know we go back and forth with full mechanics, but what about this kit would make if you were doing the master grade, and they're like, what is your take? Like, what do you think the master grade could do different for real?
So for the chest pieces, these can be separated. So this whole blue piece here is all one piece. The entire back is all one piece. This
So some more color separation in there.
Yeah, is all one piece.
Do you want color separation or just different pieces to make your own color separation?
More pieces, and also the arms here. This is all just 3 pieces or 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, and then there's one in the back that's 4. These can be separated into individual pistons here and joints. On the back, there's actually actual Mark II type of tubing that goes down the legs. Can't see it here in the picture, but those can be actual individual parts, so it'll be easier to break down and paint. Not sure if you can see it there either.
Let me ask you this: is this, because I've never actually heard anybody say that line, for the listeners out there? When you say more pieces, you're saying you really want a kit to have more pieces, so more runners. For what reason? What would make somebody say, you know what, I wish this kit had more? Because I'm like, now, to be honest with you, I'm like, yo, the size of it, I know that's crazy. More pieces is intimidating. And for somebody to say, I wish it had more pieces, what's the reason behind that?
For more detail, so you can get more detailed for every runner or every piece that you're putting on the sprue. Easier. Well, this is actually pretty easy to customize because it's using very basic joints. So if you have any seed kits, a lot of the stuff actually fits the seed model kits. But I would say for more expensive parts, because of more customization possibilities, so things you can add, take away, or scribe onto, drill holes into, whatnot, you can do some stuff with here, but it'll be really cool if it was separated. Ease of painting, so that way a lot of people don't have to mask as much. More intricate and detailed inner frame, that way you can have an actual opening cockpit gibbet, because there's no opening cockpit on this. And the aerial has a crazy cockpit opening where it's this, and this piece all moving together, so it's like 5 or 6 pieces motion. Yeah, and that would be really good if they put that in the Meister grade, as well as easier what's it called, separated colors for the guns. So these are all just
one piece.
Yeah, this is all one piece that go. This is 2 pieces in the head right here, but they're 2 pretty big pieces, and it'd be cool if they had these separate colors. So like
he's talking about the Vulcans on the head.
Yeah, the Vulcans on the head. Yeah, and everything inside the shield is very simple. The gun is just 2 pieces. It's left or right, just put together. Yeah, and it would be a lot easier. It would be a lot better if that was multi-labor too. The legs are actually fine. I don't think they
has one of the worst guns, dog. I don't like the gun of the aerial.
The gun looks better with these 2 add-ons to the rifle. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing with the aerial. You have to take it apart and kind of put all the bits on to make it look cooler. But no, and that would be about it. Oh, and the C joint for the feet, especially these end white parts, could be 2 separate pieces. That would actually ease the weight on the little C clip joint, and it'll be easier to separate or put together. Because right now, if you put them in there, they're in there. Like for me to take them off, I had to literally drill a hole out from the other side and push it out. When I was breaking it down, it was on there. It was not coming off. So that's that.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Well, Austen just gave a pretty good deep dive into the full.
Austin's real grade of the era right there.
Right there. So there goes your Austin's real grade, and some fresh right off the press with the photos and everything too. So can't wait to see what you're gonna do with that, brother. You got a color scheme in mind, or?
I do. I'll save that for later.
Bet. I like it. Yeah. I like it. So that's what's up. We got a lot of.
I also have something else I built. Like I said, I was just building. So,
damn.
And I've been waiting to get to this, and it took me 2.5 days. So that aerial was the last day where I was building, breakdown, and painting.
But Austin knocked out 2 kids.
I was gonna say, what was sliding off right there? Oh, buddy.
And there it is, buddy.
It's finally done. The Genesis, everybody, and
10 out of 10.
Thing, it has some issues, but
as a third party, company should have.
In terms of details, the fact it's a third party and what it's been able to achieve, and just the amount of plastic they give you, as well as this is the metal inner frame bits into it. So I don't know if you can see it, but the legs have that chain to it, and the arms have a chain to it. Has metal inner frame. I have a love-hate with this thing. On one hand, it looks absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever had a kit that looks this good. out of the box.
Out of box too. Jesus.
Yeah, out of box with nothing on it. I have done nothing to this, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The issue is that when I said I like more pieces, I didn't mean to this extent. The legs have, I think, over 35 pieces, and that was like the bottom section. The top section is, I know the foot has 1, 2, 3, 4, and pistons down there too. So, but like all that gray, all the color scale, everything that you see here, everything that you see is almost a separate piece. There's even under pieces for this little flap right here that no one's going to notice. Like that is a separate piece, and the white is a separate piece. And then for these parts, you have this under gray. So everything you see here that's white, there's gray underneath it that's a separate piece that connects to the inner frame. So just wherever you see that's white, multiply that by another piece, and then so you multiply 2 pieces or add 2 pieces to wherever you see white. So you have essentially like a crazy amount of pieces. And as a result, nothing has fallen off because I haven't moved it. But there are some limited poses you can do with this.
I see, yeah.
It's not. You can get some great poses, but it's going to take you a while and a lot of finessing. The V fins right here that poke forward don't really stay in there because they're on ball joints. A lot of use of ball joints in this kit. They're a lot of use of ball joints. A lot of use of joints I wouldn't usually figure would be good ideas.
Like the ball joints wearing out over time too. Like.
Well, I mean, with these, they're already just flinging around. So I'm just going to glue those down. But I have to choose whether I want it to be in jet form or not. Or I might just delete them and get the. Apparently, someone's making a metal V fin for it, so I might just delete that and just make a metal V fin out of all day. But yeah, there's. I am very proud and very happy with myself that I still got it. This kit is an absolute joy to build. It is not a joy to pose. You do find yourself finding a lot of pieces coming off every time you touch it. It doesn't have a lot of playability. It's very much a statue. That's why they give you a big ass stand with the honestly, you know what you just built is. But yeah, I mean, would I buy another one like the ruling kit or the new one that's coming out? I think it's the Godslinger Thor one. Yeah,
you got to now. You got to.
I would probably buy the ruling one because I like that Buster Gundam type of look for it.
You got to have all 3.
And
there's 4, right?
Yeah, there's 3, but I got. I don't know, man. I could probably build another one, but I might take a long time before I get that 3rd one, dude. This one it took a lot. It took 2.5 days of straight building, and it didn't let up. And I was not distracted. I had nothing else going on in my life. I was at home the entire time, and just
2 full days. Damn.
Cutting, sanding, nipping, and now I have to break it completely down to paint it.
2 months project for me. Just
And you know,
that's why I stay away from master grades.
See, this isn't a master grade though. This is a non-scale technically. But this might be more. This might be an MGEX. Really, it has the same amount of parts as MGEX.
Small PG.
Pretty much.
Because I heard the size of master grade is like a small PG.
It pretty much is. And the thing that's dreading me is that now I have to paint it. So, I mean, I have to break it completely down. And there are some pieces that are in there because of the metal frame that do not want to come out. You guys didn't see it, but the reason why it's still together is I have tried to break it apart.
It could just be just a kit that you just be like, you know what, I'm fine with it straight build and leave it at that.
I can definitely be happy with the way it looks here, straight build, but I wouldn't be fulfilled in myself, and I know a color scheme that I want to do with it. So, and I've been finding line arts for it. So I've been now I'm gonna break it down and paint it. It's just this is gonna be a long project, guys. Don't expect any updates for this for another couple months.
So I pray for you guys.
Yeah, or maybe next year if the weather lets up. I don't know. Maybe what year is it? 2023. Yeah. I'll see y'all in 2025.
Yeah.
Right. Jesus.
Well, that's
my second real grade.
There's a whole lot of kit that Austen just broke down, and make sure if you want to go pick it up, listen to this first. That's what's up, man. What we normally do after this. Go ahead, Austen.
One side note too. The entire kit, every single piece except for the red pieces, is undergated.
Sounds like a pretty perfect kit, then.
Right. Look at them.
Sounds like
Pretty perfect kit.
You hear that, Bandai?
yeah.
You hear that?
That's what's up. Well, that's Austin's Real Grades. Like I said, next up, we know what we'll normally do is do what's new, but I think we're gonna skip it this week and let the what's new pile up. Because I think only like maybe 2 or 3 things that really came out.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Bandai had some stuff, but nothing
Yeah,
major, nothing important, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a lot of 30-minute mission stuff that's dropped recently. That new Ultraman kit that we talked about with them glam shots,
Mhm.
and amplified War Metal Greymon.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a whole lot, so we'll let it pile up and come back next week for the what's new. And next is Hold That Thought. Yeah, boys. We had some. I think the Nuggets won the championship. First time the Nuggets won a championship
Ever?
ever. So we got the NBA is finally over. We're in a lull in sports.
Golden Knights won the NHL
Stanley Cup.
For them to be an expansion team, is that 2 championships or 1 now?
One, I think they started 6 years ago.
Nah, they won the first year too. At that, and I remember they won.
I thought
Stanley
they.
Cup. I could have sworn they won it their inaugural year.
Oh wow, they won the inaugural year.
Can someone? Where's that? We need that guy in the back who has like the facts. Golden Knights.
John, look that up.
John, pull that up, please.
John, pull it up, please.
Yeah.
Run the graphic.
Pretty sure they won in their inaugural year.
I thought I heard something on the radio say they did first.
Okay, they conference championship, but first Stanley.
Yeah, first team to do it.
So
quick,
they won their inaugural. They won their conference in their first year. But yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to them.
Yeah, but now we're in the dead zone. Unless you really, really love baseball. I'm okay with baseball, but
Shohei Ohtani's the only thing I care about.
That's the only thing I'm keeping up with.
Yep.
He's
my
about
Yankees.
Paid.
Yeah.
He paid. And there's 2 teams. Actually, there's 3 teams with the budget too. I mean, the New York Yankees, the Dodgers, the New York Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox. All of them are like.
You think so? Is he already the best internet? Not international. It's too big to be international. Best Asian.
No, he's the most recognizable.
He's probably the best international player.
In Japan, he's treated like a god.
Yeah, he's the best.
And no guy.
Big Papi's international.
Better than Big Papi.
Dude, Shohei right now is called this generation's Babe Ruth for a reason. Like literally in Japan, that was it that US versus Japan game that happened last year.
A-Rod international. A-Rod, Jeter.
No, they're all international. I mean, I think they're internationally known, but I mean, Ohtani's on another level.
Well, I'm talking about I guess so. Yeah, if you already put him there.
If you know baseball, you know Shohei Ohtani. More pressing news. Have you guys heard about that submarine? That's
some missing submarine that's supposed to the Titanic sub. So it's been on our feed.
What, bro? So I didn't think nothing of it, but I actually did some research and it's a joint venture submarine that was made by the University of Washington up here and NASA. They developed this submarine to be able to take tourists down and take a look at the Titanic. And on its inaugural trip, it took 5 people. I want to say the CEO, the CFO, the guy who's controlling it looks like an Xbox controller.
PlayStation, from what he said.
Yeah, a PlayStation controller,
like,
a 19-year-old, and someone else.
A Logitech gaming controller.
Oh, no.
It's lost. Mind you, it's 14,000 feet below water, and they have no communication. The submarine is sealed from the outside, so even if they were able to find this, bring it back up to surface, they'd have to open them up. So who knows if there's enough oxygen. So there's enough oxygen in there until Thursday, they projected, for these 5 guys. And they don't know where it is.
Okay, at this point, then what's really going on? Not like what's going on with the sub. What are they hiding from us? You know how they say, "Oh, did you see such and such?" But you didn't hear about some mass shooting that they didn't get reported because this took over.
All I can say is that, dude, that is the most terrifying thing I can possibly imagine.
We had that conversation today.
Big ocean is like the scariest shit I can't.
You can't do it,
especially
man.
being in there, knowing that you had no like control over this. You're just in there sinking. Dude. So they don't know if it imploded or if they're like stuck under wreckage of the Titanic or what. But there's no way they get to them, pretty much.
Dude,
Coast Guard,
man.
So
it is terrifying.
My prayers out to them, man.
And absolutely.
And when you hear what happens to imploding subs
to your body, underwater that deep,
bro, it is. I can't, man. That's the most terrifying thing. I can't, dude. I can't. That's why I don't like the ocean.
Bro, it's crazy. Imagine Mount Everest, and then flip it upside down. That's how deep they are, with 14,000 feet.
No, Mount Everest is taller.
Is it?
Yeah, Mount Everest is 32,000 feet.
Right. So half of that still.
Half of that. No, still half of that is a crazy amount. Like it's still insane, dude.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
I don't know.
Christ.
I don't know, man.
I hope they're okay. I really do hope they're okay, man.
I'm praying for them, but
oh god,
they said it's grim. They said it's grim. So
god dang, dude, that's so scary. And what sucks is that like they didn't have any like control tether, like a control location tether or black box stuff.
Nothing. They said this was like no. They lost signal. They lost signal 30 minutes into it. They dropped them on Sunday and lost signal 30 minutes in.
Did they have a recovery sub or rescue sub standing by?
Dog, if they would have had all that, they would have been found by
nothing. They had nothing. They literally had nothing. Dude. That's also what they're talking about, like how ill prepared they were. So,
dude, yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah.
Coming from a guy who loves flying,
flying's different. Flying is very different.
Yeah, you're right. It's one and done. It's one and done. You fuck that up. It's one and done. You ain't coming back.
Exactly. In submarines, the thing that you have to realize is that both a plane and submarine are pressurized tubes, right? In an environment that's not meant to sustain human life outside of it, right? Inside, both are pressurized tubes. The difference is in a plane, all the pressure in the plane is trying to get out, right? So when you have explosive decompression, just all the air that's in the plane just gets out to become equilibrium with the outside air. In a sub, everything's trying to get in. So if you have anything that punctures that sealant, right, you have the same amount of force as 16 double-decker buses, like standing on top of you, coming into your sub. It is horrifying. It is.
I can imagine.
Yeesh. And in a plane, if you have explosive decompression, it's not the end of the world. There's still options. In a sub, the second you have explosive decompression, it's over. Implosion, it's over. And it's crazy, you won't even feel it because it will happen so quickly that all the nitrogen in your blood will expand instantly and turn you into. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. That's a crime. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, moving on.
What a sicko.
Sorry. There's so many tests I had to do.
My prayers go to them and their family, man. I hope for the best. Hope for the best. We'll just say hope for the best.
I hope they're all right. Really, I do.
And on that note, we could definitely roll into Creators Corner. We shout out to a couple of people that creates content for this hobby, or in general, just some dope content creators. Prayers for the people that's in that sub. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, Austen's really tripping out people.
Dude, I can't. All right. So moving on, what we got?
We got. First up, I want to give a shout out. He's big. I want to say he's big on the TikTok side, but on Instagram, not so much. And it's the homie Von Fawn. Vara, I don't know how to really pronounce it. Vara Fawn. His name is Von. That's what you call him. He is big on TikTok. He makes pretty dope reels on TikTok and the videos that they do on TikTok. And he's heavy into Gundam. I think every now and then he might do something that's not Gundam related, but he's cosplayed as Char. I mean, really big.
Look at the
crazy
Gundam
how
his wall, bro.
I know
that's insane.
A 30-second clip of people. I guess this would be a 30-second clip.
Jeez, that's a collection, man. Good
Right.
lord.
And that's those are those
30-minute
hangers.
mission.
30-minute mission. That's $10 a hanger, ain't it?
There's
Not
$10
counting
a
the-
hanger.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Good lord.
Even
But-
if it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to him though. He does great work, good reviews on TikTok. If you have a TikTok, you're probably following him because his numbers are high on TikTok. I just don't understand why they don't translate over to Instagram. He has his. I need that daggone mouse pad. He gives the Wing Zero mouse pad. But I want to definitely give him a shout out, man, and try to get his numbers a little higher on Instagram. Just,
I'm surprised you don't have that mouse pad. I thought I saw you with it one time.
I wish I did. No, didn't see me with it, man. Wrong podcast you're on. No, but check him out. And that's VAN. Hold on, I'm going back up to his name. VANARATHPHON. I'll tag him up here as well, so y'all could definitely check him out. And he is on TikTok and on Instagram and other things. When you click on like the little eye and stuff, I think YouTube as well. So
He's dope. I've definitely come across his stuff and didn't realize seeing it on TikTok and then coming back to his Instagram. Like, oh man, like you said,
you would think like his fucking Instagram would be crazy from all the TikTok followers he has. That's the crazy part. Next up, what you got, Austen? Who you got?
So I have another name that's really, really hard to pronounce. It's oh Lord have mercy.
damn, that's his name.
German.ger. We'll go with
That's pretty
that.
good. Yep.
We'll go with that. German.ger. And he takes some pretty dope photos. I was just happened to go by, and he also has some pretty cool kits. He has the aerial up and everything, but I think the Megami device caught me off guard. Caught my eye.
Mhm.
And I don't know, he just built it really well. I like the picture and the editing he did for it. Everything looks really awesome. I like the colors and everything. So this guy, here's the aerial. He's really good with the camera, clearly. He has a lot of followers, but you know his stuff doesn't get too many likes. I'm not too sure why. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
all the stuff has
73.
Looks crazy. Look.
And the shading too, huh?
yeah, the shading's dope and everything. And I've liked checking out his stuff. He's pretty dope. And he's Hong Kong based. So unfortunately, I don't know what he's saying, but I think he's just giving like updates, stuff like that about what he's did and how he made it work. But yeah, I like his aesthetic and everything. So if you get a chance, check out the Lord. It's German.ger.
That Flugel right there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another way to pronounce it, so forgive me if you see this, but I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. But yes, German.ger. And check him out. He has some pretty awesome cool stuff.
That is dope.
Okay.
I have to get to my Flugel. That makes me want to get to my Flugel.
And the
Oh
Hakashiki.
no! Oh, that's the. Oh no!
And he has
Not
the
the
Hakashiki as well.
Not the.
And I think he's building these
And it's
for
a high grade?
commissions. And it's a
Is
high grade,
it?
yeah.
And it's,
Yep.
There you go, Coop.
God.
And I think he's building these for commissions, because I'm not seeing I don't think he keeps them. I see him he keeps packing them up when he's done. So
Well, that's dope. That's what we all want to get to at some point.
Pack it and send it off. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it. I see it down there. I want to ask you for all things holy, Austen. I see. Oh,
Look at that.
for all things holy. This is the conversion kit for the Master Grade Sanaju. And that is the perfect. I think that's the perfect suit, man. That is the.
I like that gun. That gold, that white, and that green.
Yeah.
That's actually really sweet.
This
I've never
is
seen it.
clean, bro.
That's dope.
Look, Coop ready to go put everything down and say, you know what, I'm back.
Dog,
He might.
I'm telling you. That to me.
Are those the Bandai afterburners in there too?
I think that was just the regular. Those are the side verniers, like the third-party vernier kits you can buy. I don't know what company makes them though. But I think like Simp Pro makes them. But yeah, no man, this is a
this dude German .ger.
.ger. Yeah, I'm not sure why he has a German name, but he's from Hong Kong.
Who knows? Maybe it means something in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Maybe
for those on Spotify, check it out because we're kind of not talking a lot because we're kind of speechless at what he's making. So yeah, if you get a chance, check it out. Yeah, that's my guy.
That's what's up. CD, you have a guy that's pretty dope.
He's a weathery boy. This is Taka 52 plow model. Taka 52 plow model. Man, after doing my one weathered kit, I feel like Instagram opened up a whole nother side of people I've never seen before in my life who are just weathering goats. And I stumbled upon this guy, and what can I say? Oh, weathering goats. The stance, bro. I've tried to hit this stance so many times with so many Gundams, and it never turns out this well.
It's tough. It's a tough stance to do.
Like really looks like it's really walking. If you go to the next slide, he has like the full group outside and
the Easy 8. I love it. Easy 8.
Just the detail, the grind, just like the perfect amount of weathering it. In the Easy 8 shield, you see like the bullet hole spraying down like down the side of the shield. This stuff makes me happy, man. Like seeing work like this, I'll find like I'm having a lull, and then I know I just need to go look at some pictures. Just gotta go look at some pictures, and it brings me right back where I need to be in that space.
Right, and this is like where it's not too crazy in weathering, but it's also not subtle. Which sometimes the subtle is like, all right, that's cool and all, but the
weather just enough.
Yeah, just enough to where it makes it look like this has been passed down a few times with a few different pilots, and
it's seen its fair share of battle.
Yeah,
and another guy, I mean, he's getting 1,600 likes on that photo, but I've seen like 200, 150. He's not that big in the community, and just if you're looking for like a reference for weathering, I definitely know that I want to like go back and hit up his page because he's doing what I want. So
absolutely.
And he also does a little bit of dials too. Further down the page, there's like the Easy 8's walking. Yeah,
you see that? The heat, like the shield melted off.
Like it really got burnt off.
He's got lights in it.
Oh damn, that is crazy.
Shout out to you, man, Taka. If you ever watch this, I look forward to stealing some of your weathering techniques. Sorry.
Sorry. This is very good. Very, very good.
Look at that. Like the Zaku getting his arms cut off.
That's dope. That's dope to see. That's something different. Yeah, the Zaku getting his arms cut off. Oof. So definitely check him out. Again, his name is, scroll back up to the top.
Taka.
Taka 52, and then from there you'll be able to figure it out. It's plow model, but Taka 52. So we have to give those creators their due diligence, their flowers, as they would be called, and give them their respect. Which, all in all, that's what we out here. Some people might not be recognized for whatever reason, but they are, and we're gonna try to get them out there and push them.
We see y'all, and even if we haven't got to you, we still see y'all. So
yeah, absolutely. We just a long list of people that needs their fair share. But next up, the meat and potatoes of the conversation. The sands of time. Things that can stand the sands of time. Classic animes, mangas, video games, and more. That's what we're going to discuss. What's some things that you can just sit back and play or read or build? We're talking about maybe some 09 kits that could probably compete with today's kits out here today. Some video games that could compete for game of the year if it dropped today. Austin, what's your take, man? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Run down the lesson, bro.
Yeah. So I was thinking about recently, like some guy I was talking to at work, and we were talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog, and how even today that show is still goated. Like it's still one of the best shows you could possibly watch.
Courage is top 5. That's one show my mom would watch, like still to this day, if she could find it.
Same. Courage, Samurai Jack, and I started to think. I was like, it's crazy because we have some really great shows, cartoons, manga, and I think we're getting better model kits than we ever have coming out, even recently. And I was thinking to myself, what are some of the older kits? What are some of the older shows and books that are still like kind of hanging on there in top tier? And for me, I think for at least OG model kits, I think the OG gym. I was looking at my old magazines, by the way, that went over the older kits that originally came out. You know what? Funny enough, in its own like humble way, it still looks pretty damn good. Compared to what we got now. And some of the OG RX-78s, the non-scale big boys, those things, in my opinion, kind of look more, how can I say, they have more character than some of the kits today, especially the 3.0. I think the 3.0 is kind of just, it's more of what can we do instead of are you happy with building it? Right. Are you enjoying the hobby? So I would say that. And then for TV shows, I think the 90s kind of hit it off. The 90s and 2000s are kind of the golden year, the golden child. But there's so many good shows in there. I'll just throw out my top. Hey Arnold, I think it is still revered as a cult hit today. That jazz would put you to sleep. But man, when you wake up and you hear Hey Arnold make the
and it's like I love that type of jazz too because it gives you like that yo.
And he also always had some humbling message. He was the nice guy.
And Brooklyn at that.
And Brooklyn, right? So and I think manga Ronin Kenshin is still pretty damn good. Say what you will.
So good as getting a reboot.
I know, right? Say what you will about the author, and that's a different time, different thing, different conversation. But man, at least the art that he made was pretty damn good.
Video games, though, bro. What you think?
Video games? Oh, well, I mean, do I have to say it? You guys know
he found a way to sneak it in there. Of course.
Ace Combat, baby.
Ace fucking Combat.
Ace Combat 4, 5, and 0, the holy trilogy on the PlayStation 2. But I mean, if we're gonna put that to a side, because obviously everybody knows that's
it's biased. This is flat out biased at this point.
Oh yeah, with a big old capital B, baby. But if we're putting games to the side, I think I was a PlayStation kid growing up, so Sly Cooper, Gran Turismo, Vantilli 8, and the original GTA 3. Those games are still not only good, but I think in some cases the fact that just playability and fun you can have playing them, I think they're a little bit better.
Fact. Definitely, dog. These older games, I was playing Mario Party and Mario Kart on the Switch, and going back to that Retro Emporium, seeing the 64. To this day, I think I have never had so much fun playing with friends on like a Nintendo 64 than ever. Like GoldenEye, Donkey Kong, any Mario game. The late nights, the snacks, even though we knew it was bad, blowing in that cartridge and slamming it back down. I think if we pulled a 64 out today, I'd have just as much fun then, and maybe even more now, because like the Madden, the Blitz, like all those games bring back like it just brings back memories of me like Mountain Dew, Code Red, and like terrible Doritos, and just up all night laughing and screaming, and you can't recreate that.
No.
So I think those anything on the 64 today still works. That's like a classic system. That should translate over for sure. Translates for sure.
What about some classic animes? There's one there's like some that's already like goated, right? Like Outlaw Star and Cowboy Bebop. Those are goated.
Come on, man. Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, whatever you guys want to call it.
Trigun. There's
Escaflowne. Did you guys watch Escaflowne?
I did watch Escaflowne. Yes, I did.
Escaflowne. I don't think so.
Escaflowne
It
was
sounds familiar.
Escaflowne top 5 isekai.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I'm right there with you.
4Kids TV. Did it come on 4Kids? Coop, I know you've seen Escaflowne.
You might have. You show a picture.
Here's a fun fact, dog. I think because I might be the oldest here, I might have been out of the game when 4Kids came out. When people bring up 4Kids, what channel is that? WB or Fox?
WB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, no, is that Fox?
What
No,
was Gen
Fox.
X?
It was no, Gen X was like, for me, it was like something else. But that was
I
like
know it was
Pokemon.
channel number 6. I know it was channel number 6.
Like wasn't there like a TV program show? Like not it's JET.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
It was like Digimon showed on that for me though.
Okay. When I was growing up, Fox Kids was jumping. And then they got rid of Fox
like
Kids.
Spider-Man and stuff.
Spider-Man, X-Men, Power Rangers. Damn, I can't remember it used to be no, I have no clue what that is.
You've never seen Escaflowne? All right, dog. CD's playlist is taking a trip to Escaflowne just for Coop.
I was gonna say we can help you out with that.
Escaflowne was before its time. Actually has a movie too. But yeah, that's a goated anime in my book, and it's an older show, but it stands the test of time. And it's an isekai. No one likes isekais. So
and I would say that for me it was a little bit more obscure animes. So I mean we had Bubblegum Crisis. I don't know.
I remember that. I remember Bubblegum Crisis.
Blue
Dirty
Kinder.
Pair,
Did you watch that?
Blue Kinder. Dirty Pair. And then my Robotech, which is Macross, but it's Robotech in the US, was my favorite one, hands down. That was before my time, so I watched those because of DVDs, but I watched them mostly in the 90s because my father picked them up and thought I would enjoy them, and he was 100% right. But I think my favorite one is actually a small OVA of only 3 episodes, but it is so damn good that people today are still asking for.
I'm over here waiting like I know what it is.
And I think you'll know this, and I know CD definitely has seen this, and I mean it spawned one of the greatest small little meme things of all time. It is a anime called Gunsmith Cats.
I've seen it, not the show. I've seen it at second
manga.
So,
so Dark Horse Comics originally got the rights to bring it over to the US, and they made it from right to left, and they printed it from left to right because in the US and whatnot. So I actually have some of the older Dark Horse versions of it out. But it had violence, nudity, prostitution, and guns, and more guns, and it all happened in Chicago. It's based in Chicago.
Wow.
And it's a manga that takes place, and the artist, the author, I can blank on the name, but he, like, every detail about Chicago was on point. And the main character drive a GT 500 Shelby Super Snake Ford Mustang. So it is down to the pat, and every gun is so well drawn and so well. As a kid, it was like the cheat code.
Yeah,
like it sounds
like it.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you like reading books? Here, yeah, I just want to get this one. Don't have to look inside it. Don't have to worry about it."
No,
yeah, don't worry about it. But what's crazy is that there's only a couple anime I've watched recently that kind of give me that vibe, that kind of seedy underbelly type of investigative type, cool feeling, because everything is kind of more fantasy, magical colors.
Right. Sounds like a Fable.
Right. I'm telling you, man, it's up there.
If you want to know what the Fable is, check out CD's playlist.
It's right. I think CD and me both like things that are a little bit more grounded. I think that might be because we're getting maybe a little bit older, and the sands of time are now starting to take.
Right. I don't need all this flashy another universe stuff. Give me like
extra powers and all that.
I need humans with real emotional gripes that I can understand.
Let me
I'm not a teen anymore.
Just in the corner. And
are we talking slice of life? Or do you want slice of life type?
Slice of life. I've grown into a slice of right. I've grown into it, but it doesn't have to be. Just don't need no fucking extra shit.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need a giant 50-foot wolf that turns into a girl.
And that's why I said the anime peaked for me in '90s, like 90 to like 2003, like that.
I think for me it was late 90s, early to mid 2000s, like 2012. I think is where it really stopped. I stopped seeing anything that was really hitting. like after 2012, everything was kind of sporadical, and more of manga, from my opinion, was popping off. But yeah, for anime, it was there. Like Eureka 7 was the last anime I think I watched where I actually felt some emotional hit when it ended. And then they proceeded to make sequels and just completely destroy everything I ever loved. But
did you watch Screed? Either of you guys?
Escride S. Oh yeah, Escride. Yeah, that was on Adult Swim at night.
See that?
No.
If you want to see
I was
some
out
fighting,
of the game.
you would like
the game,
that.
but
You would like that.
Yeah. Coop would love Escride S. Talk about
two bros
fighting.
in the wasteland.
Yeah, bro, they just be fighting, and
that's
they
what's
both
up.
leveling up together.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna watch the anime. I'm not doing manga. I'm gonna watch the anime.
It's dubbed
I'm
too.
getting Okay, they were good. It was on adult. All right, I might check it out. For me, when it comes to Sands of Time, not like y'all, man. Like I wasn't a big anime fan. I grew up the Toonami days, Dragon Ball Z, of course, and Tenchi Muyo, Big O, and stuff like that. But outside of that stuff, I remember seeing Bubblegum Crisis at Video Update. They used to have them all lined up and things like that. So when it comes to TV shows, growing up, I was more of a Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network kind of guy. And when I had cable, and when it wasn't, it was WB or Fox.
On Saturday mornings.
On Saturday mornings, used to have a crazy lineup. Yeah, Static Shock, X-Men Evolution, Yu-Gi-Oh. I think maybe the older TV shows now, like if you rewatch Pokemon, I think that's going to stick. I think if you would go back and rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh, that might stick. When it comes to other TV shows, something to me that could stand the test.
Fresh Prince.
I'm trying to run that. Martin, that could definitely stands the test of time. Bertie Mac Show, Everybody Hates Chris, Fresh Prince, Nickelodeon wise. I think if you feeling nostalgic, I think you're good. If you want to run back, if you especially have kids, run back Rugrats. I think that'd be all right. Sit down and chill too. Rocco's Modern Life. Real Monsters. Rocco's Modern Life. Cat Dog. I was a big Nickelodeon. I was more Nickelodeon than Cartoon Network. That's what probably started to steer me away from the anime.
I was a Cartoon Network guy.
Cartoon Network?
CD, what were you?
You look like your kids next door.
As the as he wears the Angry Beaver shirt, he is a Cartoon Network guy.
I did not declare it, what is it? Isolationism of one network. I would hop back and forth. Cat Dog was on my grill too, but Samurai Jack was my. I floated out of that. Because it looked like Powerpuff Girls to me, and I was like, people told me it was pretty good, but I was already out of the game by then. Bro, and Genndy Tartakovsky, the guy who made it, also made the Clone Wars 2D animation, and single-handedly it was holding that franchise up. The prequels came out, everyone was like, that shit's garbage, but the 2D Star Wars, and then they decided to make the 3D ones based on his iconic, which also kept this series alive. And a lot of people even say he's kind of the second George Lucas. He's the person who was holding that franchise up, and he still doesn't get enough of his dues, bro. But yeah, no, man, Samurai Jack was good.
I'm gonna say I was a Nickelodeon kid for a while. Then I ventured back into Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
I always like Johnny Bravo. What's the Cow and Chicken?
Cow and Chicken.
Yeah, I think I liked it because I was a kid. I had to like cartoons, so I like Johnny Bravo. But could I go back and rewatch Johnny Bravo today? I don't think so. I don't think Scooby Doo, Flintstones, that Hanna-Barbera stuff. I can't rock with it.
That shit is OG Flintstone. No, thank you.
There's nothing there.
Scooby Doo
sometimes.
Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and all that.
Yes. Looney Tunes all day. Tom and Jerry. Chuck Jones and Hanna-Barbera are some of my heroes. They were the people I studied a lot. So especially Chuck Jones and his whole philosophy of what discipline means. He had a lot of impact. I fuck with Chuck Jones. Chuck Jones is my guy. Yeah. But
Cartoon Network. I also had Zoids on too at 5 a.m. So
Zoids, yeah.
Big Cloud, the homie Big Cloud with Liger Zero.
Big Cloud, come on,
now. That was a classic.
And there's one show that was so goddamn good on Nickelodeon that even trying to make sequels from the original creators trying to make it just didn't work. And it still holds up, in my opinion, the test of time. Even today, I watched another episode from season 3 and it had me just glued to the screen again. And I think y'all
cartoon.
It was a cartoon. It was on Nickelodeon, and it literally changed the world.
See this? Not SpongeBob.
Not SpongeBob. Not Fairly Odd Parents.
Season 3
had an anime aesthetic.
Avatar.
Danny Phantom?
Yeah, there we go. Avatar. The last.
Avatar is crazy.
Yeah. Danny Phantom was good, but Avatar: Last Airbender is literally, in my opinion, one of the best cartoons. Actually, I think it might be the best cartoon ever.
Y'all consider that an anime?
No, no. Well, you know what? I would say this. There's been a whole debate about
There's
Avatar
been a debate
being an anime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is gonna be a spiel. I'm sorry. CD, what do you say, real quick?
It's a cartoon, and I don't want to hear it.
Oh, okay. So there's been a debate about whether it's an anime or it's a cartoon, and I think what a lot of people want to say it's an anime because when we say anime, we hold that title of anime to a higher level of quality than we do cartoon. For us, cartoons, at least in our eyes in the West, is seen as very simple, blocky shit.
Yeah.
While anime is a little bit higher tier of more dynamic, more more express, more involved figures, right? And in Japan, the word anime literally just means animation, but to them, cartoon anime is interchangeable. They just mean the same thing, 2D, whatever, right? So if you want to say it's an anime, you are not wrong. If you want to say it's a cartoon, you are not wrong. If you want to make some type of difference, you could say it is a Western anime and put it in its own little bracket. And then you could say
but you know what, Austen? We the undergated. We never underrated. Throw all that out the window. If the dog catches the cat. Yeah.
If I got to stand on it?
If you are working at a DVD shop and you have to organize DVDs and you get Avatar and Korra, or you put it in the anime section, or you put it in the family and friends section.
Anime. It has more in common with anime than it does cartoon. All the animation was done in South Korea and Japan. All the animation was done in South Korea.
There you have it.
The lead animation director is Japanese.
My sister worked at a Hollywood video, and they were putting cartoons in the anime section, and she hated me because I was going over there to the anime section and lifting that shit up. Who reorganized this?
To be fair, a lot of cartoons were made by South Korean artists. Family Guy is still made primarily in South Korea. So, and because it's very stable work, right? I think Johnny Bravo was made in South Korea. Like a lot of the initial animation was there and then transferred back to the West. So, I mean, if we want to be fair, it's all kind of a jumble, but in my opinion, it's an anime. I think if we're holding it to that tier, that fantasy tier of quality, it has surpassed a cartoon. It is not on the same level.
You guys like Avatar?
Oh hell yeah!
You
haven't watched it?
No.
You haven't watched Avatar? All right, I got the DVDs. I'll get you the DVDs. That's your homework.
My boy's been telling me about it for a long time.
I've probably seen 25 episodes of Avatar.
Whoa, y'all haven't finished it?
I haven't even started it. So don't even talk to me about finishing it because I haven't even started.
Good lord. Yeah, you still have to finish Edge Runners. But
hey man, chill.
But bro, I'm just saying.
Classic video games for Coop.
The greatest cartoon ever made. Y'all need to hop on it. Season 3 is.
That is actually a good, healthy debate my boys and I have. Is that because of that whole anime cartoon debacle? And my boy's like, yo, is it better than Batman animated series? My boy puts
two very different things.
But but if you're going to call it an anime, where is it going to fall out in the anime category? If you're going to call it a cartoon, it has to be.
Oh, Batman's a cartoon.
Okay, Batman's a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Well, if I tell you, lay me top 5 animes, you're going to give me 5 different variations of like completely different things. You're not going to give me the same genre of anime. So if you say it's an anime, right? So you place it in the anime category. What anime are you putting that above? I mean, there's probably a lot. What anime?
So he's saying, right? Can Avatar be your top? Can it be in the top 5 of your anime? And can it be in the top 5? Would it be in the top 5 of your cartoons?
Oh, if I had to be forced to put Avatar in a cartoon slot, it would be number one. There's nothing above it, and
So,
by a
but-
long mile. Right?
Okay.
And if it was
But
an
in anime.
anime, it would be number 3 or number 2.
Of all
what's-
time?
What's one?
And what's one? One would have to
Edge
be
Runners.
No. Edge Runners is very good. I like it a lot. But number one probably have to be. That's a tough
Y'all
one. That's
write
why I
this
said 1 or
down.
2. That's why I said 1 or 2 because 1 and 2 are
Write this down, people. Because we're going to backtrack to this later on. And you know how on first take the screen goes black and white with an old. It's going to come up.
You remember what I said?
black. I never said Avatar. June 20th. Here it is. I stand on it. Yo, because that is our debate where it's like, okay, if you're going to put in a cartoon, is it going to go against?
It's
the
number 1 by a
cartoons?
mile. There's nothing even close. There's nothing.
I don't know, but I see that's what. But the impact.
The impact
Impact-wise.
is huge.
It's huge, but is it more impactful than the Rugrats?
Oh hell yeah,
No, it's
dude!
not.
Avatar: The Last
No, it's
Airbender is getting
No,
a
it's not.
live action series from Netflix. What else is getting
Dog,
live? What else is
got
getting live action? What else?
One Piece.
Speaking of
One
live
Piece,
action,
the
did you guys
greatest
watch the
manga
trailer?
ever? I did not. I'm too afraid. I have a feeling it's gonna be bad. I have a feeling.
I
It's not
love
gonna
the
be
main
bad.
character's enthusiasm, but I just don't know. We'll
I have
say
a
that's
feeling
not good.
Man, Netflix hasn't been balling too well in the live action trope, man. I'm too
Look,
afraid. I
but
have too
when
much
it
respect
comes
for those characters.
when it comes to cartoons, Rugrats is up there. I mean, that shit was a phenomenon.
Rugrats is definitely in the top 10.
And it came out with 3 banger movies, animated. What nobody? First and second one, you could the Wild Thornberries when they met the Wild Thornberries.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the Wild Thorn was kind of a weird mix. Yeah,
So when you throw
How
it in
about
the
the
category,
Boondocks?
it's all right.
well,
Oh, was it anime or not?
yeah, that's a cartoon to me.
I would say it's anime. It looks more like an anime than it does a cartoon, honestly.
That's another one.
And it was made mostly in Japan. I mean, or I think it's Japan. Yeah, Japan studio that even made it.
So it's a tough category. It's almost like it's in a category of its own.
So I just put up a list. They have SpongeBob as 1 as the best
Yep.
cartoon ever, and then Avatar 2,
Okay,
Teen Titans 3, Simpsons 4. Simpsons.
Teen Titans is pretty up there. Yeah, Simpsons is 4. Wow.
I'm not shocked. That's 30
Foster's
years.
Home for Imaginary Friends 5.
Wow. Okay,
What?
I love Foster's Home, but okay.
Never heard of it.
Family Guy 6, Samurai Jack 7,
Oh, okay.
Courage
Yeah,
8,
this list is lost.
Adventure
All
Time 9. Yeah.
Yeah. This,
Yeah.
yeah. You
You
even
don't got-
even you were deflated halfway through that list. You're like, wow, this is the shittiest list I've ever.
No,
Okay,
Well, what-
IMDb, Batman the Animated Series is the number 1.
Of course.
the number one. And you talk about by
Avatar's three,
Lance.
Yeah.
What's
No,
two?
of course they would put that because it's going against cartoons.
Actually,
not anime.
Other way around. Batman, no. I don't know why that. So Avatar's 9.3. So it's technically that's 1. Batman Animated Series is 2. And then Justice League.
Yeah. Tell you, man.
Damn.
It could be. It could be.
I still don't even
This
like
is a-
IMDb's list. I don't even like those lists because IMDb tends to be weird with it. But still, man, I'm telling you, if it's a cartoon, I'll give you the DVDs, Coop. I'll give you the DVDs.
I have to check
a
it out.
collection.
I have to check it out. Did you like Korra?
No,
No.
I like the first season of Korra, and then after that, it went downhill fast. And that's because they weren't planning it. They only planned out the first season, and then Nickelodeon came with literally a dump truck of money on their front lawn and dumped it and said, "Make more."
Well, it's a good healthy debate. Let us know in the comments below, people. Do y'all consider it a cartoon or anime? Avatar: Last Airbender, and if y'all consider it, where does it rank?
It still stands the test of time.
It
It's
does.
still
What
the
was your
greatest-
number 1?
What?
We still didn't get that out of you.
Dude, man, that's the tough man. If it's
You
anime,
try to- yeah, you try
that
to
is
weasel it
tough.
out of it.
that is
Okay.
tough because it's either Macross, it's either Macross or Robotech. I don't know which one you watch.
Get to the point.
It's either Robotech or Macross or or Mobile Suit Gundam. It's got to be one of those. One
As a whole,
as a whole.
you
Yeah.
talking about
Gundam-
Gundam as a whole, or are you talking about
Whole.
79?
I guess OG. I would go OG. I was gonna bring it as a whole, but OG, yeah. Because I like all Gundam. I think I like all Gundam shows except for
as a whole.
maybe
As a whole, it's tough. I don't know if it be for me. I don't know. For me, again, people, someone that doesn't watch a whole lot of anime, I don't know if it beats out Dragon Ball Z as a whole. Gundam. It's
Dragon Ball Z is so long though.
It is.
It's good. It's good. It's just so much.
DBZ or One Piece?
DBZ. I'm not a one. I never.
Yeah, he never watched One Piece. He never even was a One Piece dude.
No.
I never even.
I could go through and reread. I could read One Piece before I'd watch all of how many episodes.
But for me, when it comes to Sands of Time, video game wise, it would probably be Halo 1.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 1 was classic. And I could run back, and I think if they redrop it all the time, well, obviously like the GTAs, I have it in my Switch cart now. It's 50% off. Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Probably Vice City. Vice City to me is top. It's the top. San Andreas is dope, but I think they started dropping San Andreas like right when they started progressing into the PlayStation 3s and the 360s. So I didn't really go in depth with it like I did Vice City. Vice City, I went in depth with it. And my number one video game series is the Uncharted series.
Okay.
Uncharted?
Yeah, that's
Uncharted
good.
series. So outside of like obviously like, well, I'm not even gonna put Madden up there because Madden like that stuff is like redundant. Go ahead. What you got, Austin?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I tried to do it on the remastered one that came out. I can't do it.
That's understandable. That remaster is not really that great, but
I think like we talked about with the TV shows and the cartoons, some stuff is just meant for like just to enjoy as a kid and just leave it at that, right? Like it's like to me, Courage the Cowardly Dog was good. I don't know if I could rewatch it because I'm like, okay.
I think that's because you're probably scared.
No,
Return the slab.
I watched. Y'all remember when Courage the Cowardly Dog ran into the mystery machine broke down outside the house, where they had like a crossover, and it was like, and Daphne and Fred was like, me and Daphne can go check this way. It was like, yo, why are y'all always going away? Why y'all two always leaving away?
Subliminals.
And then I watched. I posted on Instagram not that long ago. Video. I forgot all about the ad when Cartoon Network invaded the Nickelodeon. They had the orange in the background, and Double D from Ed, and they was like, "Yo, go check out Cartoon Network. We can't really be on this channel." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Those were dope to me, though, and was still mind blowing. And that with no streaming, no internet for real like that, how Cartoon Network was legit a cartoon network. All cartoons 24/7. I sat there, I was like, yeah, wait a minute. They never dropped like a live no Lizzie McGuire type show.
They did.
You did?
In 2008? 2000.
Well, which one was it?
That one guy with the always dirty t-shirt with the rocker hair who had a guitar. What's his name? Action Dan or Action Steve?
I had no clue.
And there were like two other
programs. They did a live action Ben 10 movie too.
Oh yeah, they did live action Ben 10. That's right.
When I was growing, y'all remember O Canada? Like the those are the shows that when you force yourself up to be past midnight run.
Oh, the bullshit.
You like Totally Spies?
It was like a show. I think it was all Canadian cartoons.
Totally Spies.
It was like O Canada. That's when you catch like Freakazoid. Freakazoid used to drop around that time.
Yeah.
As Told by Ginger.
As Told by Ginger was Nickelodeon, and that was a classic.
Nickelodeon? Okay.
And that's a classic.
Hey, I'm not fronting it. It's all right.
But it was up there with those type. Pell's Wick was one for Nickelodeon. The handicapped kid in a wheelchair. Y'all remember him?
Yep.
I think so.
He was in a wheelchair, and then there was Chalk Zone.
Chalk Zone.
The dude drew the chalk classic TVs and video game wise, it's going to be Uncharted. I have Uncharted. Man, I went all out. They lied to me at GameStop. They was like, "Oh, we just got the collector's edition video game." Okay, bet. Bought the collector's edition of Uncharted 4 when it dropped. Like a few days later, oh, you didn't pre-order the PlayStation 4 version of it? Oh, y'all dropped the whole system for Uncharted? Yeah, I needed it.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, movie was
Good?
okay. It was okay. It wasn't. I take those with movies with a grain of salt because in my mind, I wanted the dude. I think his name is Dylan McDermott. Dylan McDermott was in my mind. He's the. Let me pull him up. He's the actor.
Firefly.
I don't know where he's from. I seen him in a show called The Stalker, and to me, he's always been like the my version. When I think of Nathan Drake, I was like, yo, like this, like I want him to be Nathan Drake. Let me pull him up on Google, and it was this dude. I was like, yo, if I can get him to be Nathan Drake, I can rock with it.
Really, him?
Yeah. I was like, yo, I could rock with Dylan McDermott being, because I watched a show called Stalker and he was really good in that. And I was like, but he got too old for the part. If they try to make like trilogies and stuff like that.
You know what? Nathan Fillion. A lot of people wanted Nathan Fillion to be the Nathan Drake, so much so that he played Drake in a short for PlayStation, like for like a short 8-minute film. He played Nathan Drake. I got it right here for you.
Oh.
He played Nathan Drake, and have you not seen that?
Is that the dude that voices Nathan Drake?
No. He just happens to look like him. This guy.
Oh.
And he did a Uncharted little skit where he was actually like did a fight scene and everything, and it's actually like let me see. Hopefully this doesn't get us demonetized. YouTube, we're sorry, we're buying a video. Everybody delay a faint film back in 2018.
Yeah, they won't catch us.
And
they won't catch us. There you go. If you mute it, it'd be all right.
They won't catch us. Yeah, there you go. Mute it and shake the screen. Shake the screen. Now the YouTube robots won't be able to see it.
Huh? I might have to go watch this.
Yeah,
I know the dude that voiced Nathan Drake was in the movie. He was on the beach.
Yeah, he was a famous voice actor.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I forgot his name.
What's your called star?
Do you know what's crazy? I just checked. You know, Adult Swim starts at like 7:00 now.
It does.
PM.
Yep.
Well, they did start at midnight.
King of the Hill comes on at like 7:00, and
King of the Hill classic. King of the Hill classic.
I'm like, bro.
To be fair, their average viewer counts now are like, they used to be 2.6 million views were like the average regular viewer count back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Now it's every day it's like at average 200,000.
That's streaming wise though.
No. That's like on regular TV, like cable network.
I know, but I'm saying streaming killed that.
Oh yeah. The internet killed it in general.
Let me ask my girl this question. Don't be biased. We should tell you don't lean towards this answer. I want you to really think about it. Would you rather grow up in the 90s or today? Be real. Today? You growing up in today's time? In the 90s?
No, I'm taking the 90s for sure.
Yeah, I'm taking the 90s. There's too much going on.
It was way, but think about it. Kids nowadays, man, damn, little mama's 7 years old with an iPhone. It took me until I was like 9th grade to get a fucking cell phone. Granted, cell phones weren't hot back then. But.
Shout out Uncle Sam. He paid for my first iPhone in college. So, I mean, yeah, but no. I'd much rather grow up in the 90s for sure. Just
because of what is it? That's the thing. Like, nostalgia keeps us saying we want to grow up. We want to be a 90s kid, right? But that's just the feeling. What about the 90s? Like, what about the 90s makes you want to go, all right, I want to grow up in the 90s? Is it the atmosphere? Is it the TV? Is it being a kid in school?
way of life. Like you said, Coop, you told us the story a couple weeks ago how you used to go to your homeboy's house. You could go to the store, get the bag of Doritos, get the EV game book, and get your drink and be on the bus and be out your way. You're not doing that with little mama now.
No,
little mama, go right. She can't go to the store, get her a bag of chips, and hop on the bus.
You're right. But she doesn't know that though. She doesn't know that life. Like we wouldn't know that life if we grew up in today. We grew up today. We have iPads, a crazy amount of technology.
Well, it would be tough to say because we're blessed with perspective of the olden times, right? If we don't have perspective, then everything you get is going to be a blessing, right? Because back then it was blessing to have a PlayStation 1. But if we had hindsight and knew a PlayStation 5 existed at the same time PlayStation 1, we'd be like, well, dang, this isn't as important or as good. But I would say this.
I hear you though.
But because to me, I think the 90s are better than the 80s. From what the lack of technology, the TV shows, stuff like that. The 90s sitcoms, 90s aesthetic is better than 80s. I
feel you. I would say I would rather grow up in the 90s just because mortality rates weren't as good for kids back in the 80s as they were in the 90s. So I'm pretty blessed that we had all the vaccines that were ready to go when we hit 93. we pretty much got all of them down pat. And back in the 80s, we were still struggling with like half of them. But I would say also it's the off button. So in today, the one thing I would say that kids have to deal with today is more stress than ever. And especially stress from school. And the crazy thing is that, back in 90s, before we had interconnectivity, when you got out of school, school was over. You went home and, your whole second life started. Now today, not only does school, the people you interact with follow you home, right? On your phone, but there's no way to get away from them almost. You have to almost turn everything off and live as if you're in the 90s to really have some type of separation. And speaking as someone who's an introvert, like it's something I kind of miss is being able to have the off button. Like sometimes people will call me or text me and I won't text back. That's not because I don't like them or anything. It's just I need my peace.
Makes sense.
I'm away.
Now we got it. There you go, CD. We got them, boys. FBI, open up.
Don't shoot. I'm an introvert. Oh, that means shoot him twice.
Right. But
he must be in a box.
As much as I say I would rather grow up in the 90s, I believe so. But like being able to look over at Chloe and she's like on a FaceTime playing Roblox with like her cousin and like 2 hours away and like another friend. Like we didn't have that. Like me and my girl were talking about plugging our Game Boys together with that short ass cord, trying to like trade Pokemon.
I mean, think about it. Like Chloe, Little Mom, like their Game Boys is a Switch.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
That is crazy.
That's
their Game Boys, like a Game Boy Advance is nothing but an OLED Switch. Like,
right. Because when the Game Boy Advance came out and I was mad that the little games didn't fit anymore.
When the Game Boy Advance came out,
you should have got an SP.
I had an SP, but I think the Game Boy Advance. I think the Game Boy
Advance. PSP.
I had the PSP as well. I had the 1000, 2000, and 3000.
PSP was before its time, dog.
And I jailbroke MySpace. Yeah. Did you ever jailbreak yours and homebrew it?
No. Yeah.
Never did any of that. I was a kid.
I was playing PlayStation 1 games on my PSP.
That's my phone. I got Pokemon on here. I've been playing Pokemon on my phone.
Bro, we were jailbreaking everything in the early 2000s.
Yeah, jailbreaking an iPhone.
Was safe. Now today, you need like a degree in like astrophysics.
I blame Nintendo. I might have a class action lawsuit. Blame Nintendo and the Game Boy. The reason why I can't play handheld games anymore. Trying to struggle. Like I got a Game Boy Color for my birthday, and trying to, how I'm going up to New York in the middle of the night, trying to catch every street light, hitting that damn little ass screen so I can see it on the interstate. I cannot. My girl, she'll tell me right now.
Detachable light?
No.
You can plug in?
Hey, they were making a killing on all the extra.
Yeah, they were. They were.
I told my
detachable
girl,
book light.
My girl would say now, like, don't be on your phone. Like, if I'm in the front seat, don't get on your. I get motion sickness. I'll get motion sickness quick. If I'm on my phone, like in the front seat, like, granted, I don't get it when I'm driving, which you shouldn't be on your phone driving. All right, I get it. whatever. But I'm in the passenger seat and I'm on my phone. I got like maybe 3 minutes of that, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna throw up. Because so it's hard for me. I'm like in my mind, I'm like, yo, almost every handheld that comes out, I need. Like I had to get the PSP. I had to get the I wanted to get the N Gear, right? Like the old Sega shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Vita. I had the Advance, SP, Switch. But I'm like, man,
DS Lite.
I didn't get those. I didn't get the DSs.
Me either.
But when I got the Switch, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go crazy on the Switch. I'm like, man, I can't focus. I can't do anything on this standalone thing. I get motion sickness, especially if I'm in the car.
Kids got it good, man. Like you said,
kids got it good.
They definitely
under the light.
Good.
Exactly.
They definitely have it better than us. It's just I still want to trade the 90s for today. I think there's some negatives that are just as equal as a trade-off as the positives that we've gained. And that's with every generation.
I don't know though.
It's just I know how to exist.
I think
negatives.
I think if you went back and thought about like the things that we had to deal with, like for real, like VCR, a VCR. I mean, like a bad VCR. Like you get your VCR going, that shit gets this dirty. You ain't watching no tape. Like you want to watch, you miss a show. I remember telling my mom, please wake me up so I can see Power Rangers. And if I missed it, good night. I have no clue what's going on.
I still have my Mobile Suit. Exactly. I still have my Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Volume 1 VHS. And
I got Endless Waltz on VHS.
Right. Same.
Classic. Yeah. Oh, speaking of bringing it back full circle, I think any bigger kit from back in the day, I don't know, like the Sazabi, the O, are the ones that are bricks but look aesthetically pleasing. I think those are some good ones.
Those are good picks.
And
those perfect grades.
Yep.
Oh, that's perfect grades.
Them old perfect grades. And if you want to get your foot in the door, you can find them that's not expensive as a Gundam Wing stand. Those red box Gundam Wing kits.
Those
I think
grades?
there were no grades.
The
1/100, the Endless Waltz ones that came out with the Serpent custom. I think they came out. Yeah, they came out with all 5 suits. They did drop all 5 suits.
I would even say.
Sorry.
I would even say those kits are still are even better than the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed high grade kits that came out. And what's crazy, the Seed ones came out years later, and I built some of the Seed ones, and I was like, Christ, these effing suck.
Terrible.
They're so bad. Those OGC kits are so bad.
If you get your hands on, it's hard to find. I found the Serpent custom at a convention years ago, 2019. That's how I got mine. But it's definitely hard to find the red box ones, which is crazy. I'm surprised they don't re-release those as often as you would think they should. Like,
they ain't gonna do that.
Not anymore, huh?
Nah.
But I think that if you want
folded that mold up and threw it away, huh?
Yeah, man. The machine that milded it is dead. Took it out back, shot it, crumpled it up. It's someone's soda can right now. Someone's drinking icy Kamomo pop out of it right now.
But let us know in the comments. Everything that's discussed, we talked about a lot. We talked about the 90s versus 2000s. We talked about some classic shows, some classic kits, some classic video games. We would like to get y'all opinion, and everybody who peeked in, we appreciate y'all listening. Man, this was a fun episode. I think we're gonna need a part 2 because
revisit.
Yeah, I think so, yo.
So
maybe we'll go back and watch some Avatar. How many episodes is Avatar?
It's 3 seasons. Three seasons, like 23 episodes or more.
60
some odd episodes. It's not bad. You can knock it out in.
I can't. Don't look at me.
Coop.
Edge Runners is 10 episodes, and I'm still.
Dude, how far are you with Edge Runners, by the way?
Again, people, make sure y'all check these guys.
Oh my god! Last time you told us you were like on episode 7. You have 3 left.
Make sure you check these guys out on
That's
Instagram.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, skip the intro, outro.
You ran a 5K that you weren't planning on. You were planning to watch Edge Runners months ago. You ran a 5K for 30 minutes. That was a single episode.
Cut this shit. But yeah, I think we're gonna definitely need a part 2 to this. Because
Yeah,
like
sure.
I told y'all before, some fun nights for my girl and I will sit back and watch 90s toy commercials.
Finish
Yeah.
Edge Runners first, and then
I will.
Yeah.
What a jerk. Be like Austen, people, and go check out Vulcan Hobby and get yourself
Check 'em
their
out.
full mechanics. That's Undergate 10 to get 10% off. Be Undergate 10 to get 10% off your order. And help out a small business. Why not? You know, reach one, teach one. Isn't that a saying? Reach one, teach one. Something like that. And that goes into until next time. Reach one, teach one. If you can reach somebody, teach them.
Today's message.
That's today's message. Reach one, teach one.
Just make sure they want to learn it.
Yeah.
Just don't shake them. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm telling you right now, you need to watch Edge Runners. It's the greatest ever.
Again, that's CD down there. I'm Coop, and that's Austen, the advocate for Edge Runners.
Edge Runners.
Yeah, he
And
got
Avatar:
stopped
The
in
Last
there.
Airbender.
And Avatar.
Essentially, everything that's fun, I'm waving a flag for over here.
Hey, man. Hey.
And
Yeah,
Ace
he's-
Combat.
And
And
Ace
Ace
Combat.
Combat.
And Ace Play Ace Combat. That's
Please
The
do.
only person screaming Ace Combat.
For the love of, I mean, they probably have the only reason they have them servers still up probably is due to Austen. They can't shut it down. They looking at that game and tag like 15 years.
The only reason they're
invested.
not more successful is because I don't have enough money.
Literally
15
keeping him
years
afloat.
vested. We can't shut this down, man. We're gonna have to send this guy a letter, like letting him know, hey, we're shutting it down January 1. I'm sorry.
you're
A
not.
handwritten letter.
No, you're not.
A handwritten letter.
No, you're not.
We're sorry.
I'll go straight to Japan, right into Bandai Namco's office. And be like, no, you're not.
Not
But
today.
we're the Undergated, never underrated. Until next time. Oh, and make sure y'all check out CD's playlist, Coop's Corner, and when Austen drops his stuff, we coming out. The network is thriving. We enjoy it. We appreciate it. Until next time, for real this time. Peace.